Welcome everyone to the top 8 of the Tourney, dual case tourney hosted by Cardhaven. This is my second time recording this, as unfortunately, when I recorded this the first time with my buddy Ton, the audio did not get captured. Not the audio, the recording got corrupted actually, that's what happened with this one. So I have to unfortunately redo this, but it's okay. Here we see Chris start with the Bestial Dracotail, which is just a Dracotail list, just like when you play Malice with the Bestials. You don't call it Bestial Malice, right? It's just Malice, you know, they're basically just extenders. So anyways, here we saw him start with the Malulu, which fused the Pan from the hand and the Malulu on field to make Arthalion, which got him the Rahu and the Ketu, Pan back in hand with the Arthalion. He searched Ketu with the Lucas, and now Rahu is going to fusion summon the Gulamel by using Urgla and the Lucas, and now he's going to be able to get 2 more traps from those cards. So Sting and Horn is going to be set. Likely that he has Flame in hand, so he's going to set. So you know, he ends with the full end board, not with seals, but it is the full end board in general. Now the fact that he had Lucas means that he probably already had the 5 mana, so we are going to be able to see him utilize it next turn if he wants to fusion summon. And with this, we see Michael on top is playing Mitsurugi Yummy. He starts with a pre-prep of Rights, and it was a good bait because he already has Habakiri. So he's going to go ahead and special summon Saji, tribute to Saji, and then Saji should add him the Mitsurugi ritual. Now let's see, Chris is likely going to try to negate the ritual by utilizing the flame. Just thinking for a little bit, and he does activate the flame, which gets met by a ghost bell. So unfortunately, he is going to lose his board through the Mirakumo. It looks like Michael attributed the Habakiri from the hand, so not choosing to utilize the ritual spell again yet, or maybe at all. We'll see. From here, Mirakumo is going to blow up the board, and the Habakiri Chainlink 1 is going to search for a Mitsurugi card. And it looks like he searches for the mirror. Okay. From here, Michael is going to utilize that mirror to ritual summon the Habakiri in the grave using a Habakiri on the field. That's strange. He chooses not to tribute the Murakumo on the board. Okay, sure. From here, we're gonna see the what's this face Cupsy be normal summon, which is going to grab him a surprise. From here, he is now in full rotation to go into Mitsurugi combo. Here, Chris is going to Horn activate, but this is kind of for nothing, right? Because he has the surprise, which means he gets to summon it from hand anyway, so this is kind of a waste of a trap card. If he was going to do this, he might as well have done it on the Snatchy, right? At least that's what makes sense the most to me, at the very least. Oh, and instead of summoning out the Cupsy, he does summon out a Marshmallow, which means he can add back the surprise, go for the Snatchy, and then special summon back the Cupsy from the hand, since he never used that effect special. So now he adds Minion onto the field. Now we're going to see him attempt to special summon back the Marshmallow, which gets hit with a Ball Drake. Which means the only cards that Chris has in his hand right now is 5 mana plus Lucas. So he can fusion summon if he wants. He might want to get another monster potentially. Okay, so on the Synchro Summon, he will trigger Arthalion and the Gulamel. They are trigger effects. They meet their conditions at the same time, so you can do both. So here we will go ahead and see him chain the Cupsy Synchro, which will summon back out the Cupsy and the Snatchy, and then he searches Lollipop and Cookie. And does he have a way to out these 2 big bodies? Right now he's going to go Cookie. No, he's not going to go Cookie. Let's see. So we see Chris does have access to the Gulamel interruption, which is a pop. So he activates the 5 mana. Does Michael respond here? He does. He responds by activating the copy of Snatchy, which will target the 2 yummy monsters on field plus the 2 fusions, and now they will be banished by the effect. He does chain the effect to Synchro Summon, so that's probably going to be a Lollipo. And the fusions will go back. No, they won't go back. They go to the banish zone since they got special summon from the graveyard. And now from here, Chris does have to resolve the 5 mana. He can go for an Arthalion if he wants, but we'll see what he fusions into. That is going to fuse into... Again, I did have this recorded earlier with my friend, but the video got corrupted, so I have to edit this one instead. Now, looking here, he makes Secretarion, but I guess if he was going to discard a card off of Murakumo earlier, he should have done Lucas so that Pan could have been used and popped a monster on the field, right? Which would have been way better for him. And the Secretarion here is actually really small. Not only is it losing 800 from the Habakiri, it's also losing 200 more for his 2 banished monsters. So this is now at 1,000. No. Okay, yeah, it's at 1,000 now, with the cookie reducing its attack by another 1,000. So yeah, this Secretarion Dragon is kind of here for fun. I don't know why Chris is activating Sting. Maybe he's looking for a nib, but yeah, it doesn't look like he got what he wanted. So we will be jumping on to game number 2. Okay, game number 2, and Chris will be able to start again. He goes ahead and activates Ketu Dracotail, which is going to be met by a Retaliating Sea. So, yeah, that is a little tough, right? The Retaliating Sea is really strong here. The matchup is basically impossible with any form of banishment on the Dracotail player's end. So, he normal summons Lucas, grabs 5 mana, and I guess he's just gonna hope that he can play next turn. Now he does set 3 cards here, okay, and then he passes. So we're gonna see Michael potentially get a quick 2-0 here. Let's see what ends up occurring. Question is, will he keep the Retaliating Sea on field or will he link it off? Only time can tell. So let's see, the Retaliating Sea being on field means that he cannot special summon the Marshmallow, which means he does have to normal summon it here, but that's fine, you know. You can afford using your normal summon on it. So the Marshmallow is now linked off for a Snatchy, and it is banished because of Retaliating Sea. So we're gonna see the Snatchy here going ahead and placing the field spell. Now, if he doesn't want to lose any more resources, he's gonna have to link away with the Retaliating Sea and do a potential, I don't know actually. Well, he does switch it into attack mode and crashes into the Lucas with it, okay. And now, he will be able to special summon out Marshmallow from his hand, Synchro Summon into a Cupsea more than likely. Cupsea effect gets met with Solemn Strike, so he cannot respond to a counter trap, which it leads it to be destroyed. And it looks like Chris drew off the top, so it looks like Michael passed. And now 5 mana, utilizing 5 mana, Pan, and Lucas to special summon Arthalion. Arthalion is going to attempt to bring back 3 monsters back, while the Dracotail monsters are going to set 3 spell traps, which is kind of insane. Chris is up now. It was looking grim at first, but now he's able to, you know, fuse here. So, okay, for some reason he only adds back 2 monsters. He used 3 cards, but okay, sure. So now he goes for the Urgla on the Lucas. This is going to now allow him to go ahead and use the Ketsu to search for another card. It looks like that's Malulu. And then he can just fusion summon here with Rahu. Decides to not go for game though, which is strange. Okay. He just attacks and then is going to pass here. I'm not sure why. I think he had access to OTK, but we'll leave it be. And now look at him. He gets punished here. He gets hit with Harpies, Change Flame, Chainlink 3, Ash Blossom, and well, it doesn't matter. It looks like he has a D barrier here, which is going to probably call Rituals and If Michael has no follow-up play, then he effectively loses. Oh, but here comes Sting as Chain Link 4, I believe, which is going to target Cupsy plus, that's it, which is going to banish it, and then he's going to be able to shuffle back, or put back to the bottom and draw. Did he cut his deck? I don't think he did, but I guess it doesn't really matter here because Michael picks up his cards, and then we're on to game number 3. Alright, on to the last game of the set. We see Marshmallow declare its effect to summon itself out, and then Chris is going to activate a Fua. No Ash Blossom this time from Michael though, and he's going to give Chris a draw. On summon, we're going to see Phantasma be utilized, so a lot of value Chris is going to be able to have here. Okay. Snatchy looks like he Chain Link 1 to place a field spell, and that will resolve to put the minion onto the field zone. Now, he can end on a soft board here if he wants. You know, the Yummy deck is a deck that can play under, right? More Chummy Fulos and try to continue playing on the next turn. Here he special summoned Cupsy to add the surprise, and it looks like he will be giving Chris the second draw, potentially even 3 draws, with summoning the Cupsy here. And Chris is currently looking really good here, having 6 or 7 cards in hand now. Looks like that's 6. The Cupsy Synchro will add the copy of Cookie plus Lollipo, and then discard a Bell. Okay, discarding Bell here, interesting. I guess there's not a lot of things that you can Bell against, you know, Dracotail, because they often, you know, you do Arthali on Chain Link 1 and everything else above, so you can't really use Bell that often unless they have the traps, which he's likely to not have here. So he will give him the 3rd draw. Now he's going to go ahead and Synchro Summon into Lollipo. Wow, 4 draws, okay. Is Chris gonna draw here? Because he's supposed to. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to draw. I think I saw another Phantasma there, so next turn that Phantasma will go in. Okay, there we go. So he drew. Now from here, wow, Michael's going to Synchro Summon. Okay, into the Samsara Cat. It looks like he's gonna commit to playing under the Fulos here. To be fair, if he's able to set up Herald and the full end board, he is going to be in a very good spot. Okay, it looks like Chris tries to use Magnemite. Oh, okay, so that's a second Bell. Okay, now he's going to chain Magnemite to the Bell. From here, he's going to chain Lollipo to bring back Cupsy plus the Cupsy. So Cupsy. And now he's going to Synchro Summon into a Herald. Okay, wow. At this point, I think he's given Chris 5 or 6 draws, not including the Phantasma. Gravity Controller is another draw. Wow. This is really dangerous, right? Because at some point or another, Chris is going to have 5 mana plus multiple bodies to fuse with. And a 5 mat Arthalion would go crazy here. So Havakiri is activated, which is going to give Chris another draw. So this is like the 8th draw on top of everything. He draws into more Molchummies, but honestly, if Michael uses Murakumo effect here, then that means Chris is just going to be able to just benefit from it no matter what. So here, Chris is going to utilize Druid's Worm on the Herald, so we're not going to see Herald here come out anytime soon. But could Michael not have chained Samsara Cat? He could have, right? Unless it's not a quick effect. I think it's a quick effect though, but oh well. Murakumo here is going to go ahead and destroy, but now he leaves himself to be getting hit with the Druid's Worm, right? One of these cards are going to leave the field. He adds the Prayers, and now Druid's Worm target the Murakumo. I think he's forced to Prayers at this point. He already used... No, he didn't use Murakumo, so Chris is going to let it resolve, discarding the Meows, and... Oh, never mind. Okay, it looks like he chains Meows and discards the Fua on resolution, so... I guess Michael at that point opting to not activate prayers here to give Chris another draw on top of what he's already had. Remember, the full restrictions is that you must count the amount of cards that your opponent controls plus 6. So that's another draw off the Masquerena. Michael now sets 3. This is 6 plus 6 equals 12. So if Chris is able to have 12 cards, then yeah, it looks like he's good. Okay. So now in the draw phase, he's going to activate the Meows here. Michael will chain the Mitsurugi prayers, and then he chainlink 3's Baldrake, targeting the Murakumo. Chainlink 4, the I think that's Cupsy. Yeah. So Chris will not get the draws from the Cupsy summons, but I think he's okay with that. So he had an option to chain Baldrake, Magnamut if he wanted, but I guess he chose not to. I think Michael only had 1 Link monster though, so it might have been worth it. We'll see. So he gets a draw off of what though? No, yeah, he doesn't get the draw there. This is resolving backwards, so prayers resolves, adding a Habakiri. But since he never tributed, if he declared to Reborn, then it wouldn't search anyways, but whatever. In the draw phase still, we're going to see him discard Frixel. That's weird. To fusion summon into Garura. Did he summon Cookie? That's probably what happened, and that's why the Baldrake is not there. Okay. And now in the main phase, he normal summons Lucas to get 5 mana. Really? After all those draws, no 5 mana? Okay, that's fucking insane. Now he goes ahead and Link summons here into SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight targeting a back row. It's kind of interesting that he's doing this here, because there is a real world where he could have just gone 5 mana to fuse in anyways, but sure. So he goes 5 mana now, because now he can't go for game because he can't attack directly, and only uses Malulu and a copy of Meows. What? That's so insane. Did he not have anything? He discarded Frixel, which made no sense. Why not just discard the Meows off the Super Poly? That's crazy. Okay, so he used 2 from hand, which is going to grab him Druid Worm 5 mana, and then 5 mana and Malulu is going to go ahead and set some cards. So ideally you want to negate the Masquerena with the Malulu, because it doesn't matter what yummy monster he brings back, as long as he can't Link summon, he'll be fine. So Malulu is going to set the Horn, and what the fuck? Why did he negate Snatchy? Okay. And now on resolution, he's going to activate the Phantasme. So he's going to chain Masquerena. Oh, Gorgon. Okay, so Phantasme does not get to draw here. Yeah. That is so insane. He could have played around this by summoning the Phantasme and the Arthalion below the SP Little Knight and adjacent to the SP Little Knight towards the left. So yeah, Gorgon negates the activated effect of monsters that it points to. So Phantasme does not get to resolve here, losing out on some more draws. Man, that's so crazy. Chris is not playing too well here. He moves the Arthalion. Put that shit back. Okay. Well, now he activates Rahu, and it looks like Michael cannot, use this here, which puts out Urgula, and what else? And Arthalion. Okay. To summon out the Philia Regis. But he can't because he needs a Dragon Fusion and a level 7 or higher Dragon. So it looks like he should have sent Pan if he wanted to go for Philia. Urgula is going to then resolve, popping the Minion. That's what it is. And now he's going Druid Swarm. Is that Druid Swarm? Wait, hold on. Is that Magnamut? That has to be Magnamut. Banish Oh, no, he added it back. Duh, I'm stupid. Oh my god, and then he moves it away from the Gorgon. Oh my god. Okay. Damage step, he sends it away with the effect, and... Okay, he put his cards... Oh my god, there's so much wrong here. I guess Chris thought he was scooping it up. Oh my god. I'm glad I recorded this because I forgot how bad this game was. Okay, well, Michael doesn't really have many options left, right? He is going to start his turn by activating the minion to put back a copy of Snatchy and Snatchy, which resolves, and then he activates the Prayers, which is going to get hit with a flame. And you know what I just realized? If his intent was to negate the Snatchy to prevent the field spell from being added on top, why, when IPA Masquerena was chained, did he not chain SP to banish the materials? Oh, okay. You know what? There's a lot that went wrong there. Congratulations to Chris for winning top 8. But there is a lot that went wrong there. He sequenced a lot of things improperly, and there's very well that Chris could have lost due to his misplays. Okay. And also, he had to shuffle back some cards because of meows, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations. We're going to see Chris move forward to top 4. If you guys enjoyed watching that video, please, you know, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join tourneys just like this one, please do so by going on to Card Haven in Louisville, Texas, where they host Yu-Gi-Oh! Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, and yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.